Hello, Eagles fans. Chris McPherson and Fran Duffy here for your OTA practice report. I can't believe we're already doing this at this point in the year. And I'm going to take the easy one here to kick things off. I'm going to go top level. Tight end Zach Ertz, physically dominant out there on the field, picking up right where he left off a year ago. Even in a red zone drill, was defended by Ronald Darby at the goal line, and Ertz just did a great job of shielding his body, using his body to block out Darby to make the catch for the score. But Ertz catching everything his way. Great day for him overall.
Yeah, and I would stay at the tight end position, Chris, and I would look at his teammate, Dallas Goedert, the Eagles' second-round pick here in the most recent NFL draft. I thought Dallas Goedert caught everything today, whether it was the balls were thrown behind him, out in front of him, up high, down low, caught everything thrown his direction. I really like what I saw from the rookie today.
Are we envisioning some two tight end sets,
bit,
coming up here for training camp? So let's look at some of the other young guys. I'm going to go with another draft pick here, Avonte Maddox. We didn't see much of him in the slot. Devontae Bosby was the guy in the slot, but the one thing that I wanted to see from Maddox is when he's going against these bigger receivers, what's he going to do? And the quarterbacks were not afraid to test him, and Maddox did a great job of using his body. Just like Ertz would do on the offensive side, Maddox would do a good job of posting the body out and being able to break up the ball on a few occasions. So Avonte Maddox, nice job there. Fearless, not afraid of using the size that he has to mix it up with defending offensive players.
And you mentioned Devontae Bosby there. I thought he had a really nice pass breakup on a Nick Foles throw late in practice. But the last guy I want to go with, Nate Sudfeld, the backup quarterback, number 7, did a really nice job throughout the course of the day. Probably the best throw of the day in my mind, Chris, was a touch throw that he made down in the red zone to Rashard Davis for a touchdown. Outstanding ball placement and touch there from Nate Sudfeld on that play.
The defensive backs disagree. Jenkins and all the guys there.
I thought it was an outstanding
no
throw regardless. The feet may or may not have been in, but it was an outstanding throw.
For OTAs, we're going to give them the credit where it's due. Last position I want to go to, with Michael Kendricks being released and Paul Warlow injured, everyone's wondering what's going on at linebacker, and the Eagles utilized the nickel package today, so we didn't really see much of the base defense. But the two guys who worked in that first-team nickel defense, Nathan Gary and Kamu Grugier-Hill. Now, of course, Jordan Hicks is working his way back from the injury, and Nigel Brown, you don't really need to see him because you know what he can do on the field. But it's good to see those young guys. Nathan Garrett, I like the instincts from him. The coverage skills, the ability to read and recognize things. And then Kamu Grugier-Hill, he has said that he wants to be known as more than just a special teams player. He wants a role on defense this season. And, of course, Corey Nelson in there in the mix as well. So any last thoughts for you, Fran?
Yeah, Jalen Mills, I thought. You mentioned a couple former safeties there at the linebacker spot. How about a guy who played some safety at the college level? I thought Jalen Mills was all over the place today.
Certainly as is the case. So that's going to do it for our OTA practice wrap-up. It's just a little appetizer to give your fans a taste of what's going to come on this summer when the Eagles get things going here during training camp. So for Fran Duffy, I'm Chris McPherson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great Eagles day.